Creating unique and original melody ideas is hard. It can be one of the hardest things in production. What if I told you there was a way that the computer could do it for you? Sounds interesting, right? Let's get into it. Hey guys, Dilby here. Welcome back to the channel. Following on from the last video where we used MIDI devices to generate percussion loops for us. You can check that video out here. It's really good. To follow on from that video, what we're going to do today is use sequences and MIDI generation devices to create melody ideas for us. Generating unique and original melodies can be really tough. It can be a sticking point for a lot of producers, especially new producers who are just getting into things and don't have the self-confidence to just try things and throw things at the wall. This is a way that you can really just kind of sit back and listen to what comes out, and then you pick and curate the patterns that you like. If you like the track that's playing, it's a new one of mine. There's a link in the description to Beatport and Spotify. You can go and grab a copy, listen to it, stream it, enjoy it. And as always, if you want to grab the project files for this video, there's a link in the description to Patreon. Patreon's one of the best ways that you can support the channel and make sure I bring you these videos every week. Now let's get into Ableton and make some melodies. Alright guys, so here we are in Ableton, and following on with the theme from last time where we made some random generated percussion for Organic House, we've got another Organic House beat, and this time we're going to generate some melodies. If you want to check out that video on percussion, then check the link up here, go and watch it, it's really good. Anyway, this is the beat that we're working with. If you like this, you can download it from Patreon. There's a link in the description to go and grab that. And you can also get the project files from all the other videos that I do. Now let's just have a quick listen to the elements. Kick. Got some groovy claps. Some shakers and hats. Nice, and some percussion. A bass line. Some pads that follow the bass line. And this little pluck, which is pretty cool, and I've just put a tantra on it to kind of glitch it up a little bit, make it a bit more atmospheric. But this is how it sounds. So really nice little groove here. Now what we're going to do this time is we're going to generate some melodies. I'm just opening up Loop Cloud here. Okay, I'm going to go to Collections. I'm going to go to Favorites. Now the track is in D minor, so I'm just going to hit D minor. I'm going to go Synth, and what we're going to do is just drag in a few loops here that might work. I'll just hit loops there. I can even use ones that I've purchased before. Okay, let's just grab that. We're just going really random here, just getting some stuff. Doesn't really matter too much. Cool. We get a selection of different kind of tones and textures. Okay, cool. That should be plenty. Okay, so what I've got here is a MIDI channel, and we've got a simpler. It's currently just got a hi-hat in it, and we've got the Acid MIDI generator sequencer. Okay, so this is what it sounds like with just the hi-hat. Bit crazy. You hit the smiley face to generate a new pattern. So we're basically going to do the same thing that we did in the last video with percussion, but with melodies. And I'm going to show you how we're going to get some really interesting, cool melodies going on. For starters, hit slice. We've got these chords here. So as you can see, we're not getting all of these MIDI notes activated because some of them are outside of the scale or outside of the range of what is available. This one's going to generate more. Okay, sounds a bit crazy. We'll just turn this up with some reverb to... And that sounds good. That's instantly something we could use. It's nothing like this. No one's going to recognize it and go, hey, that's that loop that I used in my track, but it's a cool sound. Okay, so we can listen to that and go, all right, it's cool, but it's a bit much. So let's hit the clip. Now, what we're going to do is we're just going to take out all of this. Okay, so we're going to leave that. Let's see. Okay, so I like that. Okay, we've still got the MIDI generator going. Okay, so we take out that. But what we're going to do is duplicate that, and we'll turn off this one, these ones here. Maybe turn off this one. Now we'll turn on something like this. This. Or we just grab this and pull it over, so we know it's going to generate. Amazing, we've got a little riff that really works with the track, right? It's in key, we don't even have to worry about what notes this is playing because we know that this original thing was in key. And because Acid has this generate clip button, which is just amazing, it means that we can go in easily and kind of mold it to our needs, sculpt it, if you like. So let's add a bit of EQ. Add a bit of compression. Amazing. So I really like that. Let's try something different. Let's turn that off. What else have we got in these loops here? Whoa. Alright, so we've got this sound. It's a bit weird, it's a bit all over the place and doesn't really fit with the organic house style, but what we're going to do is just kind of manipulate it to work for us because we've got space in the frequency spectrum, so that's a really good start. If we play it along, there's room for it in the track, so that's what we want. We'll generate some different patterns. So that, I think there's something in there that we could work with. So it's all about getting inspiration. It's all about just going with the flow, seeing what happens. This is sounding great. There's something in there that we can use. Oh, just turn this off. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. So I'm just gonna duplicate this because there was something cool there. But I'm hearing this little motif repeated. So let's try that here. There we grab this, pull it in, see what that does. See if I can bring this back. Okay, so that's something that's kind of interesting. I don't know if it exactly works, but what we could then try is pitching this down 12 semitones. Okay, what I'm going to do is grab an auto filter, throw it on here. Sounds cool. It's not perfect, but you know, It's just a matter of trying some things. Of course, because we're using randomization to generate these melodies, there is a lot of trial and error, but it's just a really fun kind of carefree way to produce. So there's like a cool little riff that's got some space in the track. We've got space in the track for it, and it came from this piece of crap. Terrible. But this, really nice. I like it. Okay, so one other thing we could try is I've got a vocal here. Okay, so this is how it sounds.
Losing control, I've been losing control of my mind and my soul, so I just will let go.
But again, we're going to use the slices mode. Let's copy over our acid MIDI bits. Okay, so as usual, it sounds pretty weird when we've got the fade pretty tight and no reverb or no delay. Add some sidechain. Okay, so yes, I heard something in there. So that's kind of like the key to this, is just listening and hearing something that grabs your interest and then kind of pulling that string. All right, so we've generated the MIDI clip, turn off the acid. Okay. Now it was this little riff at the end that I liked the sound of, so we just turn all those off. Maybe even get rid of that bit at the start. Okay, so maybe we could take this and duplicate it back here. So now we've just got a little kind of vocal glitch texture to go along with that. Of course, you can then add things like Tantra onto that, you know, which is going to be probably pretty fantastic. It usually is. We just grab a random preset here, filter liqueur. They really need a lock state for the mix button, so you can go through different presets and it doesn't reset to 100% every time. Okay, and the last thing I want to try is using this acid to generate some acid. See if we can find a cool little mid-bass riff to go in here. I'm going to use my acid rack from the Acid House video I did. Link up here to that if you want to go and check it out. Dilby acid, so we'll just drop that in. This sounds like... We've already got a bass line, so we don't need the bass. We're going to Acid plugin, drop that on. Now this should be right at home, generating this kind of thing. Let's see how it sounds. So one thing we do need to do is grab a scale device. Let's just select the minor and then we'll change this to D minor. So let's if we want a higher acid riff, we can just use this MIDI device here, turn it up by 12 semitones. Now I don't really know if this Organic House project is screaming out for an acid riff, but I just thought it was interesting to try this and it's really cool. I'm sure you could just generate loads of bass lines, loads of interesting ideas using this. Acid rack is great. If you download the project from Patreon, you can just save this. You hit the save button there, it'll save it into your user library, and then you've got instant acid ready to go. You could even pair it with this, put it back into the same rack. Great. Alright guys, there you go. Hopefully you enjoyed that and hopefully it gave you some inspiration. I love this kind of thing. It feels so freeing to be able to sit back and let the ideas be created for you and just cherry pick the ones that sound good and kind of curate them into your track. If you're looking for something to watch next, then check out this video. I think you're going to like it. Well, that's it from me today. We'll catch you next time. Peace!